Hi guys, welcome to another WordPress video. This is Jamie from System22 and WebDesignDetectives.com. Well, we got a great one for you today. We're going to kind of continue on where we did in our last video. In our last video, we showed you how to create a hover effect for your WooCommerce shop images. Today, we're going to show you how that you can add to cart buttons underneath each of your products in that shop. Really easy to do. We did this recently, and we showed you how to do it by making a child theme. Whenever you're working with PHP, it's a good idea to create a child theme. But today we've got a workaround for that. We're going to show you how to do it without using a child theme. Really easy to do. So let's take you through it. Well, here's our website. In our last video, we showed you how to create this zoom effect for your WooCommerce store. This is just a regular page. This site does have the Divi theme on it, but this is just a regular page. If I go to the page, we're using the Gutenberg just with a WooCommerce shortcode to display our products here. We're going to show you how to add to cart buttons to it today and style them up a bit to look like the rest of your site. I've also got this built with a Divi theme shop module, and it works just exactly the same way. Now, the thing about this, it's great. If we go back to this shop here, if you've got a regular simple product, it's just going to give you an add to cart button. If you've got a variable product with different options, it's going to give you a select options button. Really easy to do, so let's get started. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this page. And this is what you get with this generic WooCommerce shortcode that I put in here. I've just selected 15 products, and I've got them displayed in a column of 3 here. So I want to add to cart buttons, and I got this from the Elegant Themes site, and I'll put this link down below. Just click on it, it'll take you to this page. Now, we've done this before, and I've added a child theme, which works absolutely perfectly. But here's a way to do it without actually adding a child theme, which is pretty cool, actually. We do have to add a free plugin to do that. If we look about halfway down the page, you can see some purple writing that says code snippets there. You can just click on it. It'll take you to a free plugin download right here. Hit the download button. Mine, I'm using Google Chrome here. It's downloaded it to my browser for me. Yours will download to your default download location, wherever that may be. Now, if we go back to our site and go down to the dashboard, if we now go down to where it says plugins down here, we'll hit add new plugin. I'm going to hit the upload plugin button right there. Let's get rid of that little notification. I'm going to drag my code snippets plugin just to the right of where it says choose file, or you can browse to it if you want to hit the choose file button. I'm going to hit install now. I'm going to go ahead and hit activate plugin. Great, and you'll notice we've got our new little icon and a little entry down here that says snippets. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And here we are. It's got some generic ones in there that you can add to pages. I'm going to go to add new up the top here. And if we go back to our Elegance Themes page, if we roll up a bit, it's got a bit of PHP code up here. We want to select all this. Make sure that you get all of it. I'm going to copy it, Control-C. Going to go back to my snippet entry title here. And we'll say Woo Buttons. Whatever you want to say, it's a good idea that you recognize it. I'm going to put my cursor in there. We're going to paste that in there, Control-V. Fantastic. I'm going to roll down to the bottom. I'm going to say Save Changes and Activate. It says Snippet Updated and Activated. Let's go back to our shop page now. I'm going to refresh. Bingo. And we've got our little add to cart buttons. And it's going to take on the style of whatever theme you're using. Like I say, I've got my Divi theme installed in this. So it's taken on the styles of those buttons there. But if you want to make them your own, it's really easy to do also, and I'll show you. I'm going to go to my customizer. If anybody doesn't know, go back to your dashboard, go down to Appearance, and Customize. I'm going to go down to my additional CSS panel. Most themes will have this. If yours doesn't, have a look at your documentation. I'm going to drop whatever's there down a few. I'm going to put in a title, which is / */ In between the 2 stars, you can put whatever you want. It won't be read as code. Great place for title and notes. So I've actually got my Divi shop page here. And as you can see, it's the same as our generic one. Okay, now that we've added the buttons to our shop, we really want to style them, or at least I want to style mine a bit more in keeping with what I've got in mind. At the moment, they're going to inherit the styles from your theme, whatever theme you're using. And that doesn't really work for me for those big buttons. So we can use what they call the inspector tools to inspect it, get some class names and target it with CSS. I'm using Google Chrome. Most browsers have this feature nowadays, but if yours doesn't, Google Chrome is a free download. And don't be afraid of CSS. If you do something, don't like what you've done, simply delete it. Your site will go back to how it was before. And using the inspector tools, you can code directly in the browser and see what's going to happen before you actually commit to saving that code. Once you refresh, if it's in the browser, it'll disappear back to how it was also. So let's get back to the build. So if we inspect one of these buttons, I'm using Google Chrome with the great inspector tools, but most browsers have this today. I've got elements selected on one side, so I've got HTML. I've got style selected on the other side, so I've got CSS. If we roll over stuff here, we can see what we're highlighting. I'm on the actual button itself. Fantastic. I've got a class name over here, so we can start adding our own CSS. First thing I want to do is turn it black, so I'm going to say color black, which is #000. And if you're copying this, just do yours to taste, obviously. As you can see, that's turned that black. I want the buttons to be full width of the area that they're in. So I'm going to put width 100%. Perfect. I want that text to be in the middle. So we'll say text align, center. Perfect. I want it to be a bit smaller, a little bit more delicate. So I'm going to say font size. And you could choose a font family if you wanted to change the actual font here. Font size, I think 12 pixels will do me. That's a bit more delicate. And the border's a little big for me. Say border width. Say 1 pixel. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now, because we're writing it in the browser itself here, this is non-destructive. If I refresh this page now, that'll disappear and go back to normal. To make it permanent, we need to copy it and put it in our customizer and publish it here. So from the closing curly bracket all the way up to the dot or the period there, or the other way around, whichever way you want to do it. I want to select all of that. We'll copy it, Control C. We'll drop down where we put the title, paste it in there, hit the publish, and that should stay there now. Perfect. But I need to get rid of that little chevron there. So if we drop down this little arrow, we'll notice they've got an after pseudo element there. If I click on that, here's the class name. Let's select that. And we'll drop down a little bit more here. Put the class name in there. We'll open our own curly brackets. And inside, let's say display none. And that's taking it away. I don't mind the actual text moving. That's fine. That's taking away that little chevron there. Fantastic. That's looking great. Let's get rid of this now. If we go back to our store, which is our generic Gutenberg page with the shortcode, now if I refresh, we've got our nice newly styled buttons. I've just noticed we've still got this chevron here. Let's just inspect that. And again, It's the after there. We've got a slightly different class here. So I'm going to copy that. We'll go back to our customizer. I'm going to drop down, paste that class in there. I'm going to copy exactly what we did above. And I'll paste it in this one. Now when we refresh, we lost that chevron. Perfect. But if I add one of these to the cart, it's going to pop up a little view cart thing. I kind of like to make that the same as our button. So if I inspect this, it's got a class of added to cart. And there it is right there. I'm going to copy that class name. I'm going to go back to our customizer. I'm going to drop down just after we did our button styling there. It doesn't matter where you put it. I'm just going to put it close to that one. I'm actually going to copy everything that we've got here from the opening bracket to the closing bracket, so it's got the same styles. I'm just going to make that border, because it's got no border at the moment. I'm going to make that border 1 pix solid and black in color. And we'll publish our changes. Now let's go back here and refresh. Then we'll add it to cart. And our little view cart button's got the same styling there underneath. I think I could change the padding slightly on that and give it a little bit of margin on top so there's some separation. So back to our customizer. Let's say padding top 3 pixels. And we'll say padding bottom 3 pixels. And let's give it a margin top of say 3 pixels. Give it a bit of separation. And we'll publish our changes. And go back to this page and refresh one more time. Add it to the cart one more time. Or let's try this one then. And that's done it. Great. That's nicely in the middle. We've got a little bit of separations to the buttons. I think that's going to work. So there you have it, guys. There's how to add some add to cart buttons to your WooCommerce shop and style them also. Now, I will put this code down below, but I would encourage you to do it yourself. Inspect your elements, get the class names. Try doing a bit of styling on your own. You'll find it doesn't take long to learn this skill, and it will take your editing to the next level really quickly. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. It's always great to hear from you. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. If you've enjoyed this, you may be interested in our playlist that's going to pop up over here any minute now. Take a look. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.